Okay, so good morning everyone. In the last class, we are trying to discuss collection related interfaces we identified, and so far we completed the interfaces section here. Today we are going to discuss one important concept here, the implementation classes here. So we'll try to check with the txt file here. So it contains some of the interfaces information. So first interface is the collection. Later we move on to the list interface, and later we identified this particular set interface and sorted set, navigable set, right? And later we moved on to the another interface, something called queue, and the another interface we did not add something called so DQ here. Getting the point? So these are the implement interfaces information here. Cutting the point. So now this particular DQ is extending from the queue interface. So we identified some of the methods which are available inside this particular DQ interface. Okay, so back to here. So we need to check with the implementation class here. So basically, for this interface, we don't have any implementation classes. The collection don't have any specific implementation classes. So we identified the abstract class here, something called abstract collection here. And now we'll try to move on to the another interface here, something called list interface. So we'll try to check with this particular list interface, what are the implementation classes are available here. Okay, so as we discussed in the last class, so the first implementation class is array list. Okay, so we'll try to focus on the what exactly the advantages we are going to get when we are discussing this particular array list here. Now, let me create a one class here. Okay, otherwise we'll try to use this particular class. And this is the main method here. Okay, so using this particular main method, now what I'm going to do, I will try to create a one object here. So I will try to create a one collection of object here. So what is the name of the class we are going to create here? Something called array list here. We're expecting generic type because we already identified here. This is a so generic class here. So what I'm going to create here, so simply we'll try to work on the string data type here. We'll try to work on the string data type. So something called default constructor, where another constructor is so collection is one parameter here, and another one. Okay, observe here. Now, so we identified we are having three constructors here. One is the default constructor, another one is which is taking as a collection as a parameter. So last one we are having so initial capacity, so we can specify the dynamic capacity information here. Getting the point. So these are the three constructors. We'll try to move on to the each constructor, how exactly it will work internally. Okay, first we'll check with the default constructors. So as we discussed, so this is the implementation class of which interface here? So list interface. It is not from the any collection interface. Getting the point. The collection interface does not implement any implementation. We don't have any implementation classes. So now, simple understand here, we'll try to move on to the implementation class of this, because we already discussed in the last class here. Somewhere. Okay. This is the array list and is extending from the abstract list. And you can observe, so we are having this particular list interface here. We'll try to move on to these three interfaces later, but observe, this is the list interface. So we already identified this particular list is extending from the collection. Cutting the point. So this is very important, the hierarchy here. But observe, we are having the default constructor here. We are having the default constructor. So this is the default constructor here. Getting the point. So whenever we are calling this particular default constructor, what happening internally? Right. So if you observe what it is, this is the element data is a one variable. The type here object array. We are having the type here object array. So if you want to see, click on F3, we can easily understand here object array. So we are having object array. So whatever the data we are trying to insert, so the data is going to insert it into this particular object array. So we'll see how exactly the data is going to insert it into this particular object array. Right. Now back to here. Again, we need to move on to this particular default constructor. So what exactly it is contains here? What exactly this contains here? Because some value we are trying to initialize into this particular element data. So this is happening whenever we are calling this particular default constructor. Whenever we are calling default constructor. Okay, now we can observe default capacity empty element data. So default capacity empty element data. So what it contains here? Observe here. What it contains here? So now you can observe this is the final variable. So this is the type of object array. And here what they are doing here? So they provided one empty basis here. So what you are understanding here? So whenever we are trying to call this particular default constructors, getting the point, the default constructor, we are going to have empty array. So that does not contain any information here. Getting the point. So how the data is going to store? So that is important. So we'll try to move on to the another important here, because so simply we created this particular constructors. The default constructor, we identified what exactly the internal operation is performing here. Getting the point. Now, after creating this particular default constructor, what I am going to do? Now, what I am going to do? I will try to add. So let me check with first to sysout here. Array list dot size. We'll check with the size because we already identified this particular size method. So which is coming from the collection interface. The size is already implemented in the abstract list, and same way it is also implemented in the particular array list class. So we'll see how exactly the particular size method is implemented. Back to here. Let me copy this. Array list dot add method. I want to use this particular add method which is coming from the collection class. So which is coming from the collection class. So simple. The simple character I want to add here. So something called C. Same way we'll try to add more information and G. So these are about the some of the elements we are trying to add into this particular collection object called array list here. Now we'll move on to this particular add method. So how exactly this particular add method is working internally. Observe carefully. If I'm going to the same example using debug mode, So we'll have a understand how exactly this particular add method is working internally. So carefully observe here. So 0, because as of now we don't have any elements inside this particular array list. So because we are getting 0 here. Okay, let me move on to this particular add method. You can observe, now we are in the array list class. Getting the point. Now we are in the array list class here. So whenever we are into the array list class, you can observe what is the E. The E contains C value. You can observe here. The E contains C value. So what we are doing here? Initially, what is the mod count? 0. Now, whenever we are working on this particular plus plus operator, the mod count will become 1. Right. And after that, so again we are calling one more method that is called add method only. So you can see, so we are having parameter, whatever the object we added here, the particular E element information we are getting, and later this particular element data. So as of now, this particular element data we identified, so which is taking as an object array, right? And another one here, size. The size is initially 0. So let me move into the inside method. So if we want to move inside the method, now what we need to do? We need to click on the F5. Getting the point? We need to click on F5. So this is very important here. Observe here. Element data we identified because we are taking object array. Now what we are doing here? We are checking with the length here. Because it is a object array. As of now, we don't have any element. We are going to get 0. We are going to get 0. Right. And what is the S here? The size also? S is nothing but size. The size also 0. So if you observe, this particular condition will become true. Getting the point? So whenever this condition is, whenever this particular condition is 0, now we'll move on to the interpretation. So we try to check with the grow method. So what exactly is this particular grow method doing internally? Right. Now, if you want to move into inside this particular grow method, what I'm doing is, again I'm clicking F5. Observe here. Now we are in the grow method. So again, more growing internally. With what is the parameter we're calling it? Okay, parameter here, something called size plus 1. It is which is taking some integer as a parameter. So we identified size is 0. We are making size 1. Okay, we'll try to check with the internal method. This grow method. Internally, this particular method is called to here the main capacity where we are going to any particular element is 0. Okay, hold capacity. Having one condition here. So we'll try to check this condition here. What exactly condition it contains here? Here 0. So try to focus on information 0. We can check with the element data. So how are say two objects. So this is also and as well as also basically they are making also getting false. So whenever we are getting the false, where we are going to, so now we'll go to the else section. Carefully observe the else spot. You can observe here what we are doing here. So this is the element data. So this is the element data here. we are creating object, we are creating object internal into method call. You can see into y max method to check the particular default capacity. So we see the value returned by the this must read your so the result of the argument closer to the your dot one to return this particular one value going to return here. We'll observe what is the value it's going to return. 10. By returning 10 here. Okay, back to here. So default capacity. The default capacity how much here? We are getting 10. And now what we are doing here, the minimum capacity here 1. So which is the higher priority value here? Getting the point. So this particular default capacity is the higher priority because of the max method will check here. So which is the highest value? So it's going to return by the this particular max. Now what you are understanding here? Now what you are understanding here? So this particular line here, if you observe carefully, we identified this particular object array we are getting as a 10. So using this particular 10 size internally, what we are doing here? We are creating a 10 objects, empty objects we are creating here. So we are creating 10 empty objects here. If I am going to click F6 here, you can observe here element data. So here you can check here this particular element data. So just now we created this particular element data here. 0 to 9 we are going to get here. So 0 to 9. We are getting null because it is a object array, not any integer data. Integer array. It is a object array because of by default we are going to get null values here. So this is the way by default the array list whenever we are calling add method internally what it's doing here based on some condition object array is creating here. So this particular object array is creating internally. Okay. So we'll go for the where we are the initially. Now we are into this particular add method. So we identified this particular grow method is returning element data. So this particular element data is having empty records. Now back to here. So what we are doing here? Element data S. So S is what here? S is a index here. Right. So even though S is a size, but here it is working as a index of this particular object array. Getting the point. So based on this particular S value is nothing but S index here. This particular element is going to store here. So you can observe here, initially we are having the size 0. Initially we are having the size 0. Getting the point. So in the 0 location, this particular value is going to store here. So observe carefully. You can observe inside the element data, we are having C value. So the C just now added using this particular 453 line number. 453 line number, what we are doing here, we are trying to add one element here using this particular add method. And later, what we are doing here. So using this particular size here, we are trying to increase the size value S plus 1. So it's initially 0. Now the size become 1 here. Whenever we are adding like this, internally we are incrementing the size here. Observe. Okay, we added the element and we increment the size also. Now observe here, we are returning true. So we discussed in the last example, whenever we are trying to discuss with the collection, this add method will return boolean value. So if we are adding an object, but in our array list and linked list, so array list and linked list are going to allow the duplicates here. So every time we are going to get return true. Whenever we are calling this particular add method, each and every time we are going to get a return true here. So that every time the objects are going to insert into the object array internally. Okay, back to here. Now we are in the same method. So that is we identified add method. Any questions regarding this particular add method, how it is working internally? So this is very important. Still, if you are having any questions, let me know. So we'll try to move on to the one more add method. We'll debug one more time here. Okay. So I did not receive any response. So I'm expecting all are good. Okay. Let me add all the element into this particular array. Okay. So we added some of the element into this particular array list here. We'll try to move on to the loading an element here. So and after this, first we'll try to check with the size here. First we'll try to check with the size here. So before going to check with the size, what we can do, we'll see how exactly the size is implemented here. So whenever we are calling the size method, internally returning one variable called size here, because we identified inside the add method, they are working with the size is equals to s plus 1. Every time, how many times you are calling the add method, the same time the size is going to increase here. So that we'll try to check with what exactly the size contains here. Getting the point. Now observe here, after printing this particular size here, what I'm going to do, we'll try to load an object here. We'll try to load an object here. So using get method here. So using this particular array list reference here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to call get. So as we discussed in the last class, get method is going to take integer related information. Now I want to pass this particular second index here. Now I want to pass this particular second index here. Okay, so let me remove this particular array list first. Okay, now we identified some of the elements we inserted into this particular array list. Calling the method call get method to load an object information here. Okay, let me start the same example in a debug mode so that we'll have a more understanding here how exactly the inserting insert operation is working. Same way we need to check with how exactly the loading operations also it's working here. So now you can check here the size is returning 4. So how many elements we added? As of now we added 4 elements here. Getting the point. Now we'll move on to this particular get method. Observe here, we are in the array list class and get method is calling here. So what exactly it's doing here? So this particular line, what it's doing here? So you can read this particular sentence here, check index here. Inside this particular object class, we are having one method, something called check index here, and we are specifying the index, whatever the index we specify, which is coming from the get method, and we are specifying the size here. Okay, we'll check here how exactly the check index method is working internally. Now I am in the object class here. You can read here, we are in the java.util.objects class here. So again, internally, one more method is calling here. Preconditions check index method is calling. You can check here, index we are having 2, the length we are having 4. Okay, we are passing one more parameter as a null here. Now, let me move on to the one more check index method. Observe here. So now, what we are doing here. So this is all about the parameters we identified here, 2 and length 4. Right. So this entire by function we are returning as a null here. So we don't want to check regarding this particular parameter. Now check with index less than 0. So index is less than 0, it is returning false here. This will return. So check with so this particular index here, what we are doing here. So index, if this particular index is greater than or equal to length, what happens here? So that throwing one action here, something called bonds check index, getting the point. So both the conditions conditions is going to return false here. So both the conditions return false. Something called 249 line. Now what we're doing here, return the clear index value, something called 2. The way we need to internally check to how exactly it's working. Observe here. What is returning here? It's returning 2 value. Now we identified this particular object. This particular object check index is returning 2. Now we need to move on to this particular element data. To move on to the element data, we need to click on the F5. Observe here. What we are doing here. What it is contained, this particular element data. You can observe here, whatever the value we inserted by using this particular add method, all the data is inserted or not. So you can observe carefully here. All the data is inserted here inside this particular element data reference variable here. So which is a reference of object to object array. Now what we are going to do. So what we are doing here, and this particular index number we are passing, so that what happens internally, whatever the object we are having here, we are trying to load, which is resides in the particular index location. So what we are going to get here, something called E. So if you are not understanding here, we can see here. So inside this particular 2 location, what is the value we are having here? So that is called E here. So you can see 0, 1, 2. The index we passed as a 2. Getting the point. So this is the way ArrayList internally working on the arrays concept here. Based on the arrays concept, the data is going to load here. Okay, now we identified here, using this particular get method, we can easily load an object here. Okay, now I want to work with a remove method. So whenever we are trying to remove any element, how this particular size also is decreasing, and how this particular index is also replacing here. Okay, observe here. If you observe, now what I can do, we'll try to call this ArrayList remove method here. Remove method, I want to make same index number here. Okay, we'll try to check with the remove method. So how exactly it's working internally. Let me make the same example in a debug mode. Okay, now we are in the remove method. Click on F5. So now we are entered into the ArrayList remove method. So again, it's checking the index information. So we don't want to check one more time here, because already we identified how exactly object check index method is working internally. Getting the point. Okay, so back to here, we need to check with this particular element data. Element data only contain the section like the variable we are using the add method here. So all the variable, like all the objects information we're able to get from this particular method here. Okay, observe here, yes here. Right, information which is available inside this particular. So we need to check why again they use the more variable. If we observe carefully what they are doing here. So they are doing here, using this particular ES reference here, they are trying to check with the index whatever the object is available inside this particular index location they are loading, and they are passing into the E value. It's nothing but old value. Okay, observe here, because ES is a object array reference. This is meaning index information. Observe here. So what is the value waiting here? Something called E. The E we can inside this particular old value. So observe here. You can see the old value content is nothing but from the particular main class we pass to word character something called e, right? So we need to move on to the particular method fast remove. And here what we are doing here, so we are passing newly created object array and index here. So why they are creating this particular line here? Any idea? So why they are trying to added this line? If you observe carefully, this remove method, this particular remove method, what is doing here? Internally, based on this particular index location, the value is going to move here. But whenever we are calling this particular fast remove method, we are not going to get what is based on this index. So if we want to get what object with this particular line is going to return. See, project, what is the value we are returning here? So something this particular object reference here. You will observe this is very important. If I'm going to enter into this particular fast remove method, whatever we are trying to remove, so we cannot get it back to the object here because of that. So before calling this particular fast remove method, they are loading an object based on this particular index number. So they made into the variable they are trying to return here. So we'll move on to the fast remove method. So here they are checking with the mod count plus plus, right? And after that, now new size here. So this is the new size. So as of now, the new size is 0. Category 1. And here we can observe the I value 2. Here nothing but index. It is nothing but index here. This is a object array. So row and okay, observe the size here. So size -1. What is the we are having? 4 here. So 4 minus 1, 3. The 3 we are assigning into new size here. They are checking with greater than of I. So greater than of I. So it is returning true here because the we are having 2 here. The we are having 2. So it will return true. You can observe here. The condition is returning true. So using this particular array copy, what we are doing here? Using this particular array copy, what we are doing here? If we observe carefully, so this is the object array reference and this is the index plus 1. So whenever one object is removed here, so we need to insert whatever the next element is which is available in the current index location here. Getting the point? So now new size minus I. Okay, let me check with the array copy. Okay, we are not going to enter into the array copy. Okay, it is a native method. So that reason is not going here. Okay, so now we will observe here. Inside this particular ES here, you can observe carefully, there is no E section here. So in the to location initially, previously we are having the value called E, but now it has become G. So how it has become G? Whatever the second element, the another element we are having, the value is going to initialize into this particular the second location. So because of this particular system dot array copy method here. Now observe here. So this is very important here. New size. What is the new size here? 3. And what is the size here? 4. Now what we are doing here? Whatever the new size value we are having, we are reassigning into the size variable. We are reassigning into the size value. So that we are going to get this particular size 3. We are going to get this particular size 3. What we are initializing here? Observe here null. So carefully observe. If I am going to click next line, observe here. Observe here, the 3 index here, we are getting null here. How we are getting the null? Because of this particular line here. Because of this particular line, we are getting empty. So it's nothing but null we are getting. Getting the point. Basically, using this particular array copy, based on this particular index number, we remove an object, and once object is removed, we'll insert the whatever the next value we are having into the current index here. Right. Now after that, they are making the null reference here. So this is the way we can trying to remove the object here. We can trying to remove the object. Same way, the size also we decrease here. Where we decrease the size here? Inside the ES array only we decrease the size here. Getting the point. So this is the way from this particular array list, the object is removed here. And you can observe here. So we are having only 3 variables here. CDG. The E is removed here. The E is removed here. So this is the way the particular add method and get method. So remove method is working internally. Okay, let me check. Someone is asking the question here. It is not the size here. So that is a capacity. The capacity we are having 10. The size based on the increment, like based on the adding the value into the array list, the size is going to increase here. That is not a size here. Okay, another one. So whenever we add an element, the size variable loaded in the memory, the background. Yes, if you observe, when we are calling the add method, we are increasing the size here. So size is equals to s plus 1. How many times we are calling the size method, add method, the size is going to increase same times here. For example, we are calling the add method 4 times, the size also increasing 4. I think you did not understand properly. So if you go to here inside this particular add method, you can see where again I'm moving into the inside the add method. Observe here. So this is the size is a instance variable. Now what we are doing here? S plus 1. So what is S here? What is S here? Whatever the element data, like how many elements we inserted into this particular object array, based on this particular length, we are going to get here S. Right. And observe here, after completion of this particular operation, we are increasing the size using this particular S plus 1. So this is the way the size is going to increase here. But the capacity is different here. The capacity, if you observe here, inside this particular grow method, we are having here. So this is the default capacity, which is returning as a 10 here. You can observe here. So this is the default capacity. By default, whenever we are calling a default constructor, so we are going to get 10 object object array. So basically, what I want to explain here, the arrays concepts we already identified. Before creating, before initializing the value into array, we are going to create a array size here. Same way, we are going to create a this particular, based on this particular number, the particular object array is going to create. But is nothing but it is not a size here. How many elements we are trying to insert it? Based on the particular element insertion, the size is going to increase here. So we can call as a, this is the capacity, and so whenever we are calling the size method, we are going to get the appropriate size here. So any questions still? Okay. So basically, what is the purpose of this particular array list class? So what like in the which scenario we can use this? And if you observe, array list is a, so dynamically is going to increase the, but as if you observe in the previous example, when we are discussing the 1-dimensional or 2-dimensional array, like we are creating the size of the particular array before initializing the value. Right. and is nothing but when we are discussing the, like whenever we are working with the arrays concept, we need to insert the, like we need to provide the size before initializing the value. But here we are not initializing anything here. So we are not initializing anything here. Internally, the ArrayList class is going to take care of inserting, like creating a size with a default value. But as a developer, we are not going to take care of creating the size before working with any other operations here. So this is one of the advantage we are going to get here using this particular array list here. Getting the point. And another one, if you observe, if I'm going to remove this particular object from this particular array list class, what happens here? The size automatically it is decreased here. The size automatically it is decreased here. We are not going to do any other operations to decrease the size here. So this is the one more advantage we are going to get: automatic increment and automatic decrement here. So if you observe carefully, what I will do, I am going to add around, we are having 8 elements here. Okay. So after 8 elements here, let me add one more 9 elements also. How many elements we added here? 9 elements we added. If I'm going to run this particular, okay, we don't want to remove this. The size we can observe here, 9. Initially it is 0, later it is become 9, and in the second location we are having the value called E. But we identified here 0 2 is nothing but how many objects we inserted here? 10 objects here. 9, only we inserted 9 here. Okay. So whenever I'm trying to insert this particular last record, what I will do, so I will try to check with how exactly this particular array list is increasing. So we are not adding any logic to increase this particular array list. So carefully observe here. Again, we'll go for the one more time. How many objects we are having here? You can check here. We are having 10 here. We are having 10. So 0 to 9 is nothing but 10. I want to add one more here. The last because I'm trying to add here. Okay. So we'll try to check with in a debug mode how exactly the object array is like increasing by default here. So you can observe up to this, we can check here 9. The size is because the size we are having 9. So we can check here 10. So 10 element we identified because this is the default capacity. But if you observe, again I'm trying to insert the one more record here. The 11th record I'm trying to insert it. So okay, we'll check with using this particular debug mode. Now we are in the add method. So we can check with the mod count 10 here. So now we're trying to check with one more. Basically, how many times this particular add method we are calling? Same time this particular mod count is going to increase here. Okay. What is the size here? 10. So element data, you can observe inside this particular element data, all the values are filled here. Observe here. So 0 to 9, all the values are filled. Again, I'm trying to insert one more record here. Getting the point. So where it is going to insert here? Because the default capacity is filled here. 0 to 9, all the records are filled here. We don't have any empty record to insert the new record we are trying to insert just now. Okay. Observe here how exactly this particular object array is going to increase by default. Is nothing but how this particular object array is nothing but the array list is how like dynamically how it is increasing here without doing any other operations here. So observe here. Now we are inside the add method here. Okay, we'll check here. What is the S here? 10. And you can check with element dot length also same, true. Getting the point. Size and Element data we are having same here. Now, what we can do? We need to check with the grow method. So this particular grow method only internally is growing this particular object array. Okay, let me move into inside this particular grow method. Again, we can go for the, so observe here, size plus 1. Already we are having the size 10. We are working with one more element, like we are increasing the one more size. That is 11 here. Right. Now, grow method is calling here. The main capacity we can observe here, it is 11. And the old capacity is how much? We are having 10 here. And we can observe this old capacity is returning true. Getting the point. This will return true. So this particular old capacity is more than 0. It's a greater than 0 because we are having 10. The capacity we are having 10. So we don't want to check this particular right side condition here. Okay. Back to here. So it will enter into this particular condition here. What we are doing here? Observe here, using this particular method called new length. Getting the point? Using this particular new length method, what happens internally? We are going to get new capacity here. We are going to get new capacity here. So observe here, old capacity is 10 and main capacity 11. So we are doing the minus subtraction here, so that this parameter, let me check. Okay, so this parameter, first parameter we are having the 10. The second parameter we are having here, so something called 1, and here they are doing internally some binary format to work on the new capacity. Okay, now we'll check with what is the new capacity we are going to get. Observe here. So what is the new capacity we are getting here? The new capacity we are getting here 15. Getting the point? The new capacity we are getting as a 15 here. Using this particular 15, what we are doing here? You can observe here. Element data. Element data is nothing but this is the previous object array, and we are having new capacity that is called 15 here. So whenever we are calling this particular array.copy of what happening internally. So internally we'll check with this particular copy of method. Now we can observe here, based on the system.arrayCopy method, what they are doing here, they are copying original array into this particular copy array based on this particular length here. Based on this particular length, what they are doing internally, so they are copying the old data into the new. Okay, back to here, this particular array list here. So what we are going to get here? So what we are going to get here? The data is going to, whatever the data we are having, is going to copy it into the, based on this particular new capacity. Getting the point? So if I'm going to click on the F6 here, if I'm going to click on the F6 here, you can observe. This is the element data, and we can observe how many, like what is the capacity we are expecting? Something called 15. Something called 15. So carefully observe here. So we are getting the 15 or not? You can see 0 to 14 is nothing but 15. With the previous data. Getting the point? So with the previous data, what we are doing here? We created the new object array and we copied the existing object information into the new object array. The same reference we are working here. So this is the way. So this is the way what happens here. The object or something called the array list data is going to increase. We are not doing any other operation to increase this particular array list here. So this is the one of the advantage we are going to get. So by default, based on the some criteria, so it will try to increase the array list and is going to decrease the array list here. Getting the point? Now we can observe here, it's having 15 here. If we want to check here, we can observe here the element data having 0 to 14 records, right? And we can check with this particular value. H value is going to store in the location called 10. Here, the 10 location are going to store H value here. Observe, is stored in the particular location called H. So this is the way the array list is going to increase. And after this, we can check here. Up to the size, what is the size? We are having the 10 here. You can see the size. Now, whenever I come back to the line, we can see the size is become 11. The size is become 11 here. So this is the way the size is going to increase here. Right. Now, any questions here? Any questions here? So basically, we need to debug like this to work on the internal style of the any class. Internal style of the any class. We identify the add method, and same way we identify the size method, how it is working. We identify the get method. Same way we identify the remove method here. Okay. So we'll try to check with the other methods here. So we'll try to check with the other methods here. What are the other methods we are having? So to work on the other methods, what we can do, we'll move on to the collection txt here. We can move on the collection txt. So we'll check with the contains method. What exactly this particular contains method is working internally. To work on this particular contains method, so we need to work on the sysout here. ArrayList dot contains. I want to check with whether this particular H object is available or not. Getting the point. So simply I'm going to call in a normal mode. The last one is returning true. Is nothing but whatever the object we passed here. So this particular object is available inside this particular array list. So to understand more, what we can do, we'll move inside this particular array list here. You can observe here. Index of method is calling internally with the object reference here. With the object reference here. Now we'll call this particular index of. Now we are into the index of method. Again, one more method is calling internally something called index of range. So here we are passing the object array and another parameter is 0. Another one we are passing as a size here. So we'll check with the index of range here. Now we can observe here. If you observe carefully, internally they are checking the condition here equals condition. Internally they are checking equals condition here. Okay. What is the object we are passing here? Something called H here. So this starting index is 0. End index is nothing but size. End index is nothing but size here. And here we are having the element data. Element data is nothing but whatever the data is we inserted inside this particular array list, we are going to access from this particular ES here. Getting the point. Now observe here. If O is equals to null, O is not a null here because O we are passing one object something called H. So directly we can move on to the else block here. So we can check with the else block code here. And what is the I value? 0 because the start we are getting as a 0 here. The start value we are getting 0. Right. So we are having the condition 0 less than n. How many elements stored? And we are having 11 elements. 11 here. How many times this particular loop is to repeat here? 1 times. Right. Internally, what we are doing here, this is a object reference. So which is we passed as a contains method. Internally, we are working with the equals method, and each index we are checking with the particular. So this is working as a index here inside this particular array of. And sometimes one of the iteration, this particular condition is going to return, so that they are returning I value, something called index value they are returning here. Index value they are returning here. So what they are doing here based on this particular index value, observe carefully. This value we are going to return something you can put here 11. Getting the point. So this particular index of method will return 11 here. Okay, we'll go back to the previous method. So here, what is the value we are going to get? 11. Okay, now we'll go for where this particular index of calling. You can observe here, index of, if it is greater than or equal to 0. What is the value we are going to get here? Something called 11. Something called 11. This particular greater than or equals to 0. Getting the point. The condition is returned true. So whenever this condition is returning true, this contains method is going to return true. So this is all about the contains method. Any questions regarding this particular contains method? Okay, so I'm requesting try to practice the remaining. Okay, can you tell me how to get an n number of elements here? Okay, so to work on the n number of elements here, what we need to do? Just print this particular array here. So whatever the element we added, so those elements we are going to get it here. Right. And another question here. First, it is increasing the capacity and then adding the new element. Exactly. Because why the capacity is increased? Because internally, what is the concept we are working here? Arrays concept here. So if we want to insert an element into the particular array, so we need the particular size of the array here. We need a particular size of the array. So that's the reason first the size is increased. Later, the value is going to insert it into the appropriate the particular array. So that is called element data. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Try to practice the remaining methods which are available in the collection class as well as in the list class. So we'll try to check with the list class related in our Monday class. So just focus on the collection class methods. Just focus on the collection class methods here. So we'll continue the same class on Monday. The remaining implementation classes we are going to discuss here.